forever in majesty. Also, special guests, Preacher Kendall Shaw, Preacher Stanley Carter, and Preacher Justin Mitchell. It's going to be a Christmas together this December 15th, JC Stadium at 7 p.m. Let's go bigger than big for Jesus. Bring your friends, bring your neighbor, bring a stranger. We're going to have hot chocolate, coffee, plenty of lessons as we celebrate the true meaning of Christmas. And remember, admission is free. See you at the field.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties for over 13 years. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the only nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our new administrative offices, located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, have opened recently as Phase 1 of our building project. Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak to someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
Local news on WIFO.
It's time now for the latest in local news. In the news, the Wayne County Commissioners had a called work session Thursday morning before a called regular meeting Thursday at 11 a.m. Several items on the agenda, including their tax anticipation note, on which the Commissioners in their regular called meeting voted 4-1, with Ralph Hickox voting against, to borrow $6.7 million in a tax anticipation note, increase from last year's $4.5 million. County Administrator A. Jeffers says the low bid came in from Prime South Bank at 1.6%, but Jeffers says the county will not borrow all the money at one time, but will borrow the money as needed. Jefferson's taking over as county administrator, has been involved in the budget process, has looked for ways to cut, and told the commissioners that he cut $1.1 million in the budget, but explained that the tax digest is down. State owes Wayne County $1.1 million in FLIPA money that hasn't been collected. And here was the county administrator outlining where the county financial situation is heading into the year 2018.
The budget is $23,223,872. And, guys, that's with a lot of cutting, a lot of looking at it, a lot of taking out indiscretionary things. And I would sit there and say that there's parts of it that I feel comfortable with. There's parts of it I don't. Just like any other budget, any other time that I've ever done budgets over there. But, plus or minus 3%, kind of depends on the revenues coming in, plus or minus 3%, hey, listen, we don't know if storms may come or what happens over there. So it's not a lot of cushion in this thing.
There's something you can't predict, no way.
There's not. There's not. I would sit there and tell you that built into this thing is like $2.2 million with increases, and it just that's just where it works out. There's several reasons for that. We discussed some of them before. The digest is down. It's down almost 100,000 per mill, and that looking at our millage rate, that's nearly 1.3 million. The economy, I mean, is down. And back in 2010 through 13, construction at the plant was in the high gear. Yep. Had a lot of activity, and even past that had some activity. Well, that activity is down. I mean, so some businesses in the community are doing well, others are kind of, it drops off. So that economic activity coupled with, we talk about the gasoline tax or whatever, but coupled with that, it's down. I think, looking at, I think it's a 500,000 to 600,000, maybe a little bit more. But overall, it's down. We need to get that back up. Delays in the flip. They owe us some back taxes, but that's just money in the back it's something we counted on that we haven't received in the past, and we will. We're going to work through that. We're going to work with the state, and whoever needs to help us there, we'll work with that. But we don't have that revenue.
Once again, the proposed budget, $23,223,832. Jeffords asking for an increase in the TANs from last year, which Commissioner Ralph Hickox asked why such the increase.
I'd like to see a change in that contract for J.C. Landon. That was a bad contract. I don't know how else to put it other than that. I'd like to see that addressed as soon as possible. The concessions at Bill Morris Park, I believe we should put a contract. It's costing us money. It looked like we could consolidate some purchases that might save us some money. We have an issue with our digest. It's decreasing. I'm not really totally understanding how it's decreasing when obviously the economy has improved some, and obviously the price of homes are going up. So how does the price of homes, how does the inventory of homes shrink, and we're building homes, and yet the digest goes down? I realize there's one appeal there, but in general, I'd like to see us kind of look into it, see if we can maybe talk to the assessor's office and see if we can understand that a little better, because we need, it's not just about cutting our expenses, just cutting that or raising taxes if possible, which I have not, but also about streams of revenue. If our digest is down, the question why it's down on that. In 2018 model, which I don't want to steal funding from our administrator, but it's looking like it's still off by about 8%. And last year, our anticipated revenue was off by down by nearly 10%. Is that pretty close, Mr. Administrator? So, everybody knows a dirty word to me is 10. I can't stand it. Thankfully, everybody agreed. Let's wait till the next meeting to discuss it, because I feel like the public doesn't know. But I think if you look at the fact of what we anticipate receiving revenue didn't come, that has a lot to do why we're going to have to do something with the TAN. I don't like it more than anybody. But I do think explaining it is necessary, and that's what we intend on doing.
While explaining the budget, Ed Jeffers says this year's budget has $140,000 in a contingency fund, which in years past it's been reported the contingency fund had millions of dollars in it. I asked the county administrator about the figure. He says it appears that was just a number on a piece of paper, not actual cash. I said not long ago there was millions of dollars in your county contingency fund. Are you saying that's just a number that was there, or has that money been spent?
I don't. I think I know what you're referencing to, and listen, Bob, I don't know what we're going back up here. They can put a number in contingency. That's just a number.
So you're saying there wasn't any money in the contingency fund? It was just a number that was put over there to make it look good?
Listen, at the end of the day, I need money in the checking account. When I was a commissioner, we had a dispute with Rainier, and we lost. And right before I came up here, we raised the millage rate to 6%, and we went out and borrowed $6 million, and we continued on that. We went through cost ever so we built up a fund balance. Now, I don't know what that fund balance exactly was, but ever since then, and I'm not praising me or it's just the way it is. We've gone on since then, and we expected these revenues to come in, and you put a line item on this thing and say, here's my contingency. Well, my contingency is prefaced on the revenues coming in, and like the commissioner said, my revenues have dropped off, my expenditures have risen. That's just, that contingency was, listen, I ain't got no fund balance.
Well, you would agree that a $23 million budget, $140,000 contingency fund is not a lot of money.
No kidding. So I would agree with that.
And again, those conversations yesterday at the meeting. So to recap, the administrator and the commissioners have approved the 2018 budget. Again, the budget of $23,223,832. They are projecting coming in only about $20 million, which leaves raising the millage or laying off employees. The only two options left, or hopefully growing the digest and economy. One savings is cutting out the year funding for the IDA, which is $150,000. Jeffers says he and Del Keith have been in contact hoping to work together. Jeffers has also reached out to School Superintendent Jay Brinson. He says they remain in conversation on a constant basis, hope to join forces and head to Atlanta and see if they can't receive that FLIPA money that's owed. Jeffers says the state owes the school system more than it owes the county. State Revenue Department says that none of the 2017 FLIPA money has been issued, and only part of 2016 has been issued at this time. County in constant communication with State Representatives Chad Nimmer and Bill Werkheiser and State Senator Blake Tillery, asking for their assistance to see if they can check or see if that check can be written and money delivered, money that's much needed for both the school board and the county. Again, the county will borrow $6.7 million in a tax anticipation note. In the meantime, Jeffers says he, along with the department heads and the commissioners, will look for ways to trim costs anywhere they can. County hoping to work with the court system, the DA and the clerk of court and sheriff's department and police department, looking for ways to trim costs in the criminal justice system. The criminal justice council is being formed to look for ways to cut costs in that area. County appointed their appointment to that council yesterday. Herschel Harris, county commissioner, will be the commissioner's representative on that council. Finally, yesterday at the meeting, the board renewed their county health insurance, which kicks in February this year. And let's look at your county meeting from Thursday. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned.
Communication is the key when it comes to business, especially your financial business. That's why Altamaha Federal Credit Union makes communication a priority, making banking easier for you. AFCU has money to lend, and it's easy to apply online or with a quick phone call. Your local credit union with open lines of communication. Altamaha Federal Credit Union, Jesup, Scriven, and Ludowici. Visit altamaha.org. Equal housing lender, federally insured by NCUA.
This is Charles Huffman at Jesup Housing Outlet. If you haven't been to Jesup Housing Outlet lately, you're missing out on a large selection of new and exciting floor plans from the nation's top manufacturers like Clayton, Fleetwood, Scott Built, and Homes of Merit. All of our homes feature modern kitchens and appliances, R60 and higher insulation values, thermopane windows, and energy-efficient heat pumps. We have two locations to serve you, 2452 Savannah Highway in Jesup and Highway 301 South between I-16 and the bypass in Statesboro. Come see Charles, Faye, or Sheridan today.
Harris Ace Hardware is now your local dealer for Traeger grills. Purchase a Traeger grill from Harris Ace and get 2 free bags of pellets of your flavor. Also, a Craftsman 6-gallon wet-dry vacuum is on sale for only $29.99 with your Ace Reward card. And thank you, Wayne County, for voting Harris Ace your favorite hardware and building materials dealer. From a doghouse to your dream house, Harris Ace is here to help you. Harris Ace Hardware, West Cherry Street in Jesup.
When you have an accident, you, not the insurance company, chooses the body shop, and you only need one estimate. All you have to do is call Jerome Riles at B&C Collision Center in downtown Scriven to deal with the adjusters and insurance company. Whether it's a little ding or a major crash, that B&C Collision Center across from Wasden Cabinet Shop in Scriven, deal with the insurance company so you don't have to. Call them at 579-2274. That's 579-2274.
Superior Court Judge Stephen Kelly sentences John Houston Fisher Thursday, and Fisher receives 20 years, served 13, with 7 to be served on probation, and he receives 5 years probation for making a false statement to police. Fisher found guilty last month by Wayne County jury for the beating and assault on David Kersey. The assault took place at Kersey's residence on Brandon Street back in November of 2016. Kersey suffered serious facial injuries, lost sight in one of his eyes. Fisher was an employee of Kersey in a landscaping business. The attack witnessed by Kersey's 5-year-old son, who told police it was Fisher who attacked his father. The child also testified in court. Detective Joe Gardner, the lead investigator in the case prosecuted by Chief Assistant DA John B. Johnson. Again, the sentencing held Thursday in Wayne County Superior Court by Superior Court Judge Stephen Kelly. Chamber of Commerce currently selling tickets to their 2018 annual Eggs and Issues breakfast set for Friday, January 5th at Coastal Pines Technical College. It'll begin that morning at 7:30 a.m. Tickets are $25 up until January 3rd. After the 3rd and at the door, the tickets will be $35. On the panel will be State Representatives Chad Nimmer and Bill Werkheiser, along with State Senator Blake Tillery. All will speak and give their thoughts and preview the upcoming legislative session. For ticket information, call the Chamber at 427-2028. WIFO-FM is already lined up. Blake Tillery each Tuesday during the session call Tuesdays with Tillery, and Bill Werkheiser is signed up for Wednesdays with Werkheiser. So each Tuesday and Wednesday during the legislative session, there'll be a regular guest on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show and update the listeners with the latest news coming out of the Capitol. Again, Eggs and Issues breakfast Friday, January 5th at Coastal Pines Technical College. If you need a ticket, call the Chamber and reserve your spot. The number 427-2028. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned.
Communication is the key when it comes to business, especially your financial business. That's why Altamaha Federal Credit Union makes communication a priority, making banking easier for you. AFCU has money to lend, and it's easy to apply online or with a quick phone call. Your local credit union with open lines of communication. Altamaha Federal Credit Union. Jesup, Scriven, and Ludowici. Visit altamaha.org. Equal housing lender, federally insured by NCUA.
Looking for some good, wholesome fun? Come join Your Turn Gaming at 125 Sunset Boulevard in the old Mr. J's building next to the Flash Foods for cash payout bingo with a $500 jackpot on Tuesdays starting at 6:45 till 10 p.m. Doors will open at 6:15. Don't forget to visit Your Turn Gaming for all your gaming needs as well. We offer a variety of games including Magic the Gathering, Force of Will, vintage video games, board games, and more. For questions, call April at Your Turn Gaming at 559-2460. That's 559-2460. Hope to see you there.
We are having a great day at CHSGA Home Health. We know there's no place like home when recovering from an illness or surgery. CHSGA Home Health provides the compassionate care and services you or a loved one is in need of. Our services include skilled nursing, physical, occupational, speech therapy, and IV medication therapy. CHSGA Home Health has multiple disease management programs designed to meet your individual needs. Give us a call to hear more about how we can help you to have a great day as you recover in the comforts of your home. 912-916-9195. That's CHSGA Home Health.
What are you thankful for this holiday season? At First Southern Bank, we're thankful for our friends and neighbors. And more importantly, our loyal customers that have been trusting us with their personal and business financial needs for over 110 years. All of us at First Southern Bank would like to extend our best wishes to you and your families for a happy and healthy holiday season and a prosperous new year. First Southern Bank, investing in you since 1907. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Final notes and news. Calvary Baptist Church serving a Christmas dinner to those in need this Sunday, December 17th from 12:30 to 2 p.m. Dine-in only in their fellowship hall located at 415 East Cherry Street, across from the post office. And that's this Sunday from 12:30 to 2 at Calvary Baptist Church's fellowship hall. Wayne Memorial Hospital offering a free childbirth class on December 30th, 9 to 1 in the hospital cafeteria conference room. The class is ideal for those expectant mothers 25 weeks pregnant or later by the class date. Those interested in registering can do so by calling 912-530-3118. Topics of the class include the normal process of pregnancy, labor, and delivery, with an emphasis on conscious, prepared childbirth. Stress is placed on a medically safe delivery in the hospital under the direction of a doctor. Additional topics covered are infant care and infant feeding. Those attending are encouraged to invite a support person to the class. Again, the date of the class, December 30th from 9 to 1 in the hospital conference room. Again, if you need more information, call 530-3118. And that's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.